Ah! Hello and welcome to another edition of Car Drive with Pete. I bet you're noticing a bit of a difference in the change of upholstery in this vehicle today.
Take the first exit onto the M6.
Yes, I know, that's trusty old Holly, the old sat-nav. But today,
Continue 43.4 miles.
we're in a bit of a different car today. And we're travelling to Manchester Airport. But not just in any old car. Today this is a Jaguar. A Jaguar X-Type 2002. A 2.5 litre V6 under the bonnet. Right in front up here. Such a lovely driving experience. And I'm actually envying my Citroen right now. My Citroen doesn't put a smile on my face when I get out of it. Yes, it's comfy, it's high from the ground. This one puts a smile on your face. Yes, it gets you from A to B, but you're in luxurious, beautiful British engineering, and you just cannot fault it. You've always got that power on tap, and you've got a little button down here, even though it's wildly named as the ESP, or the stability or traction control. It should be named as the leash. When you turn it off, you unleash the beast. But even with it on, you've always got that power all the time. Anyway, without further ado, I'd also like to sorry, I just had to get that out of there. I'd like to it's also very nice. I'd like to have a big shout out to Adam Lloyd for doing all the artwork on the Facebook page. Also, like our Facebook page. Like it. What else? And to Damien Russell and all of you perfectly excellent, wonderful, beautiful Car Drive with Pete fans, and all you 17 people who have liked the Facebook page. Anyway, getting back to the type of vehicle we're in today. Such beauty has come from this car. I mean, everything is here. You've got your full-on air conditioning. Okay, it's not climate control, but it's full-on air conditioning. You've always got that good power on tap. I'm not sure about the fuel economy, but it's such a beauty to drive. I'm cruising along here at 70 as we all do, and if I want to, or as if people have slowed up, I can just, and you've got that instant. It's not it's just, I would rather drive all the way around the world in this than actually go from Lansdowne to John O'Groats in the Citroen. Yes, I know I bang on about, yes, it can do northern France to southern France, and you'll be perfectly fine. But you'd probably get out of that car not with a smile on your face, to be honest. I mean, there is a massive difference between this and the Citroen. The Citroen is quite high up, so you're literally quite towering sometimes. You're thinking, well, whereas this one you're quite low to the ground, and it really puts the drive back into driving. It puts the Pete back into car drive. There are so many words I could say to you and about this particular car, even though it was produced by Ford, which is excellent because it does have that exquisite Fordness, but it's not Fordness, it's Jaguarness. It has that rawness of a Jag in a Jag, but with tinges of Ford elements, like this light, not this light, the middle light is actually from my Ford. It's a very similar Ford interior light. Now, when I've been driving my Citroen, and I've been come to a position where I've got to overtake, well, he's just moved over, but when you're in the middle lane of the motorway trying to overtake trucks and slow cars and lorries, you could never overtake because the power was never there. But in this, it's instant, it's there, it's direct. You're in a commanding seating position. Okay, it's a bit far back for me, but it doesn't matter, we'll gloss over that. But it's still a very commanding seating position. And yes, it will guzzle a bit of fuel wherever you're taking it. It's not going to be highly economical, but who cares? I would rather sit here, drive this particular vehicle, just have this one for the rest of my life, than actually just buy another one and be disappointed about it. You see? And I think the best way really to watch car driving people is to look at the type of upholstery. This is part suede. This is all suede. And it's only done 51,000 miles. So it's hardly done any miles. And she just eats it up. This big cat's going, oh, nom, 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 nom. And she's always eating it. It's always there. And when you want to go out and play, you hit the unleash button and you have to pay £100 for a set of new tyres. Or more. But when you hit the leash button and you're on the motorway, just sitting there cruising, I would sit here all day doing this. I just would. It is that type of vehicle that, as I said, will put a smile on your face. And I'm envying my Citroen right now. Because Citroen, even though it is a good people's car, but doesn't have that exclusivity, that raw, well, it's quite raw, but just doesn't have Drinks Globe luxury. And the landscape in front of me is just excellent. We're heading into Lancashire, up into Manchester, so it's a beautiful drive with an excellent car. It just cannot get any better. I have Jethro Tull in the stereo, and it's just, words are not enough to explain. They're just not enough to explain anything about this car. You have a walnut dash, and it's like a British racing green colour, which is fantastic. And how you can actually just, it's just one of the best cars out there, realistically. Just one of. And how you can buy any other car is just realistically, it boggles minds. Minds boggle. Boggle minds boggle. And it's one of those that you must have in your life. If you're going to get a car, you're looking for a 4-door saloon that has an excellent engine inside, and you've always got that power on tap, boggles mine. And when you just want to just go, well, you know what? All I want to do is just sit in the left-hand lane, sit back, enjoy the view. I am in no rush whatsoever. Then do that. When you don't have a care in the world, you look at the steering badge, and it's got a Jaguar in Jaguar green, and it's the same on the outside. And you have full electrics throughout, with your trip computer, with your stereo that syncs up with a phone, and the steering wheel. You feel the stitching. It feels proper leather. It's like they've actually manufactured the steering wheel and then individually stitched all the way around the actual steering wheel. And you actually have these little nodules on the steering wheel that reminds you where you've really got to be putting your thumbs. You know, like a rally drive. Because if you put your thumbs inwards and you have a crash or an accident, you break your thumbs. So rally drivers, what they do is they put them on the out. They don't tuck them in like that and hold it like that. They actually have them where the thumb things are on your steering wheel. Have them on the outside, and you've always got that control with your thumbs. And the steering wheel feels proper leather, and it's so comfortable on your hands. It's so easy to just sit here and just go, right, okay. And it all does settle down. It's such a lovely, beautiful car. I mean, I know I keep banging on about it. I'm not sure of the top speeds of this particular vehicle. I know in my Citroën, even though in my Citroën it states it will only do 100, it can barely do 70. And I also, the one thing I like about Jaguar X-Sights is its look. Because my ideal car is a Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow 1970s. Whew. You give me one of those to do a test drive in, I will just be on my hands and knees and start begging, because I absolutely love and adore that particular vehicle. Because also, did you know that all the front grills on them, I don't know on that one, they may be chrome, but they're actually pure silver. Well, they originally were silver. But the front of this car has such a classic look to it. It's not going, oh, I'm Flash, I'm a Jag. It's built to be, and it makes a statement about itself in its looks, inside and outside. It says, I'm a Jaguar. A Jag. Speechless. This is what I am.
30 miles.
I know, shut up. Speechless. I mean, there's no rear windscreen wiper, which is a bit of a downside, but why would you want to look where you've been going? I mean, yes, you can see, but the miles you'll eat up looking ahead of you, and just mesmerising. And you can feel on the back of the steering wheel the stitching, and even though it's got a leather bound around it, that stitching creates a bit of grip, so you can grip onto the steering wheel with ease. It's not your hand, not like your hands are going to slip off, or it's made out of rubber. It's like they've made it, and then they've stitched leather all the way around it. And then you have these interior lights, which are fantastic. The quality in here and the attention to detail. Exquisite is what I'm going to say. Exquisite. Also, it's like a chauffeur's car, this. It is pretty much, very much a chauffeur's car. But anyone can own, because it's cheap to pick up, even to Jaguar standards. Your average Joe can pick one of these up for about £2,500. And you've got all of this luxury room, and the boot is massive, but it is purely a chauffeur's car. And the reason why I do not have one of these cars is because I can hardly fit anything in here. Nothing at all. I can't fit in here. So it's quite sad, really. It's very sad. So that puts a bit of a downer on the whole, sort of, you know. It's quite a swan song, as they say, but even though Jaguars still make cars today, they're not British. The engines, they say 1 in 6 engines built at the factory in South Staffordshire, or the West Midlands technically, will be in the Jaguars. But they're not British owned anymore. That's sad. So really, when I'm driving here, it's kind of one of the all-time great British cars ever made. One of the all-time greats. Just look at it. Family saloon. You, as the driver, when you need that power, always be there. Always be there. You can settle down 50, and when you need to overtake, put your foot down, and there's 70. And you can keep up with majority and most cars, really. But it doesn't have too much power. It has just the right amount every car needs just to make that crucial overtake, or to get out of a junction at the crucial moment, to do the right manoeuvres at the correct time. It's like the Goldilocks and the Three Bears story. One porridge was too cold, so in car terms it's too slow. One porridge was too hot, it was too loud and in your face and too fast. I think there was one that was just right. And Ford and Jaguar fit into that category. It's not too loud and lavish and too in your face spitting flames, fast and expensive, or too I can't do it anymore, help me now, sort of slow. It's not too slow, not too fast. It's just right for anyone. It's just right. Just right. Miss this car. Just right. So let's make it crucial. See? Just had to make a quick overtake. Banged it into fourth. Heard that lovely V6 purring. And then settled back down again. Every aspect about this vehicle is just right. Jaguar, as a company, got this car just right. I mean, I do need to do more tests with other Jaguars to work out if they got those cars just right. But this one, just right. So I'm trying to remember where we are. I'm on the M6 North somewhere. And the audio system in here, I've been playing Jethro Tull, Tull, pretty much all the way up here. Quality. Because my main job really is a sound engineer, and you're always looking for that quality of sound. And this, quality. Quality. About 40 minutes away, mate. Absolute quality. And you can sit back here and just relax.
Continue 20 miles.
I shall do. I'm sitting in fifth, but I do think she does guzzle. It's a bit heavy on the fuel. It's my only pointer about it. But always, when you find something that's just right, sometimes there's just that little niggle. It's like, it's just right. It's just perfect. But it just takes a little bit too much fuel. And the repair bills, well, expensive. Really expensive. That's what you get when you're buying any particular bigger vehicle. I mean, yes, I would love a two-seater sports, low down, low sprung, little 1.6 Mazda MX-5 or a little Lotus Elise, but I know that Lotus does stand for lots of trouble, usually serious. And MX-5s really are meant for hairdressers, so there's not really a good, cheap, not cheerful, but good little two-seat sports car that will get me from A to B as and when I need, and always will have that little, you know, that little on tap. But also the one problem with this particular car, obviously we just said fuel consumption is not very good, but it's a V6, Ford V6, almost a Cosworth V6 Ford. And any time when there's a Ford V6 engine in, it is just right. You've got the quality and engineering of Jaguar, and you have the management and the engine of a Ford. And yes, some people say it's a glorified Mondeo. A really nice dress on it. Yes, some people may say but it's different. It's different from all these Audis and Mercedes. It's different from these Audis, Mercedes, Volvos. It's different. Because there's not many of these about in a business point of view. I mean, yes, if I were doing pretty damn well, I would definitely invest in one of these particular vehicles. Yeah, about 16 miles, okay, that's good. Because she just goes. And it's so beautiful. She'll settle down into a nice tame car. And when you need that power, just a little touch and it's see my head? See how it moves? You don't get that in the Citroen. So the Citroen is like Red Dwarf. It's big, it's cumbersome, it's a big elephant. Whereas this it's like a fighter. It's like a Spitfire. It goes never give up and never surrender. It's always got that little bit of Churchillness about it. It's exquisite and elegant. Exquisite and elegant. I'm afraid that's all we've got time for today. Many thanks for watching Car Driving Pete. Remember, what's this? 50. Remember, stay safe. Drive safe. Don't drink and drive. Don't text and drive. If you feel a bit tired, just pull over, take a break. When you're in your Jag, you can just pull over and admire how beautiful it just looks. And you can look back at it and you can smile. You can just look back and go, that is one of the all-time best looking cars. And yes, you can have posters of Lamborghinis and Ferraris and go, one day. But if you have a poster of a Jaguar X-Type, people will go, instead of going, one day I may own one of those. When you look at a Jag, you go, one day. No, you look at a Jag and you'll go, next month, I'm going to buy a Jag. Jaguars, I think, are like Minis. Mini Coopers. You always got to own a Mini Cooper in your life. I've never driven one, but I will do. Same with the Jaguar. You've got to have a Jaguar in your life. The car, that is. Well, that's all we've got time for today. And on that car drive shell, it's time to end. Many thanks for watching. Stay safe, drive safe. Keep on rocking.